Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, I will bring to you three things: banking awareness news, financial awareness and economy news for the entire month of January, but I'll also include news of the first 15 days of February. This will be especially useful if you are preparing for South Indian Bank or Syndicate Bank exam, even for RBI grade B. However, if you are preparing for UPSC or for UPSC Mains with economics as an optional, this video will be slightly underwhelming as you need a lot more detail. These are overview videos where I bring to you the comprehensive coverage. However, the explanation part for some important topics might be provided separately. For example, the SARFAESI Act for non-performing assets. That separate video has been uploaded on our website. So sit back, relax, enjoy. This video will be only in English language. And our SBO pen drive for SBI PO 2017 has been launched. One very important thing, now we are providing one new video every day. So just last night we uploaded a video where puzzles, very high level puzzles for SBI PO were covered, because SBI PO has very difficult level of quant and reasoning. And we'll also put special focus on computer awareness and banking awareness. If you want to buy our SBI PO pen drive, you can call this number 9580048004. If you want to see the photos or testimonials of the students who got selected last year, go to my Facebook page. And this is an example how we provide the videos. So you can see 9th February we started, and every day there are minimum 1, sometimes 2, 3, 4 videos provided. So just last night we provided puzzles, and today we are providing SARFAESI Act for non-performing assets video in depth, in detail for SBI PO and clerk. So let's start. Please note that this video will be in 3 parts because I have covered economy, banking awareness and financial awareness. The difference between banking and financial awareness is that banking awareness is only related to banks, whereas financial awareness may be related to our GDP growth, our economy, our merger acquisition, anything related to the industrial sector, etc. Government schemes are also included because a lot of questions from government schemes are asked. In fact, in UPSC 2015, 6 questions from government schemes, and all were from just my one video. So pay attention. Now, India's first cashless township society is Gujarat Narmada Valley Fertilizers, which is called GNFC in short. This society is a group of many houses staying together, and it has a population of 5,000 and a floating population almost double that, around 10,000, because some people come, some go. So floating population is 10,000 and resident population is 5,000. It is in Bharuch. Bharuch is very popular. It is in South Gujarat, and it is popular because Narmada river flows here, which takes its origin from Amarkantak in Madhya Pradesh. Narmada flows from Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra to Gujarat. So from Maharashtra it comes upwards and westerly to Gujarat. So Gujarat Narmada Valley Fertilizer, it is India's first cashless township or society. India's first cashless village, however, is also in Gujarat, called Akodara, which is in Sabarkant district in Gujarat. And similarly, you should know the first cashless village of all the important states like Assam, like Ibrahimpura in Telangana, Dhasai in Maharashtra, and so on, Lachampura. So you should know the first cashless town or village. Oriental Bank of Commerce, OBC, it recently completed its 75th Foundation Day, and on this occasion it has launched its own mobile wallet called Oriental Batua. Now it has been very late because a lot of banks have already launched their mobile wallets, but nonetheless the managing director and CEO of Oriental Bank of Commerce, Mr. Animesh Chauhan, he said that he was studying consumer behavior, and therefore a slightly delayed launch, it always helps in making the product better. So the name of the mobile wallet is Batua. Batua means wallet in English. In Hindi, it means Batua. So Animesh Chauhan is the managing director and CEO of Oriental Bank of Commerce. Now in the exam, they might as well ask which bank recently completed its 75th Foundation Day. So when you read any news, make sure you read it holistically. India's first cashless mass marriage. Mass marriage means when there are multiple marriages at a single place. Lot of marriages. So around 47 towns, 47 talukas participated. Bayad town, which is again in Sabarkantha in North Gujarat. Sabarkantha, the same place where Akodra village is there, which is the first digital and cashless village of India. It was made cashless by ICICI Bank. So India's first cashless mass marriage will take place in Gujarat, in Sabarkantha, which place? Bayad town. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Now, please note that Ujjivan Small Finance Bank was one of the 10 companies that were given the in-principle approval by the Reserve Bank of India last year to open small finance bank. And therefore, Ujjivan Financial Service, it is the parent company of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. It is a non-banking financial company and it is the holding company of the Small Finance Bank. So this bank has started its operations. Started operations mean it has started working. It has opened 5 branches and started its operations. So Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. And now from small finance bank, let's come to the payments bank. So Paytm, it is opening its first payment bank tomorrow, that is 21st of February. And Paytm founder is Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Please note that Vijay Shekhar Sharma has 2 companies. One is called 197 Communications Limited and the second is called 197 Communications India Limited. And they have invested 218 crores in the payment bank. So Vijay Shekhar Sharma, he holds 51% stake in Paytm Payment Bank and the remaining is by 197 Communication, which is again his company only. But it is important to note that in 197 Communication, apart from his own stake, there is a stake of Alibaba. Alibaba is a Chinese biggest marketplace, that is online shopping company, e-commerce giant, and the founder of Alibaba is Jack Ma. So Alibaba has a subsidiary company, or you can say sister concern, Alipay. So Alipay is the company which has invested in 197 Communication of the founded by Vijay Shekhar Sharma. It has 41% stake in this company. Now, please note that Payments Bank, it can only accept deposits up to 1 lakh rupees. So if you open Payment Bank, the maximum amount that you can deposit is only 1 lakh rupees. And Payment Bank can give you any service like debit card, prepaid instrument, but it cannot offer you credit card service. Keep that in mind. Payments Bank cannot offer you credit card service. It can only give you debit or other prepaid instruments. And the limit is 1 lakh rupees. So Paytm Payments Bank will be the third payment bank which will be opened in India, and it will face stiff competition from 2 banks which have already opened. One is the Bharti Airtel Payments Bank and another is the India Post Payment Bank. Bharti Airtel Payment Bank is the first payment bank in India and it is also the first private sector payment bank in India, whereas India Post Payment Bank is the second payment bank in India and the first government payment bank in India. So keep that in mind. Karnataka Bank. Karnataka Bank, its headquarters is in Mangaluru in Karnataka. And Karnataka Bank, its managing director is Mr. P. Jayaram Bhatt. Remember this name, they can ask in exam. Now Karnataka Bank has recently launched something known as National Pension System, NPS. Now a lot of banks are offering NPS. It is basically a pension scheme. And if you are between the age of 18 and 60, you can register your name with the bank branch to contribute and to get the pension benefit under this scheme. So, and what is NPS? It is a system which is introduced by the central government to provide old age financial security. Because in the old age, when you are no more working, then you should have financial security, and for that you will have the pension benefit. So Karnataka Bank also launched National Pension System. Remember the age 18 to 60, and remember the name of the managing director and headquarter also. Bheem app, very important app. Now Bheem app was named after our great freedom fighter and our great chairman of the drafting committee of the constitution, Dr. Bheem Rao Ambedkar. Okay, and Dr. Bheem Rao Ambedkar's birthday is on 14th of April. So Digidhan Abhiyan, Digidhan Mela and all these things were started. Please also note that Bheem app was first launched on Android and it has almost 7 million downloads now. The latest figure is almost 7 million. It is one of the top most downloaded apps on Android. And now it is also available on iOS, that is Mac. So if you have iPhone, you can download Bheem app. Please note that Bheem app is based on the unified payment interface concept, and it is again for cashless or digital payments. Currently, Bheem app is supporting 35 banks. It is available in only 2 languages in both Android and the iOS, that is Hindi and English. But there are plans to include more vernacular languages in the future also. And through Bheem app, the maximum amount that you can transact per day is 20,000 rupees, and in one transaction 10,000 rupees, not more than that. And this app is launched by the National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI. So keep these points in mind. So for example, if you have to send 20,000 rupees to someone, you can do 2 transactions of 10,000, because in one transaction you cannot have more than 10,000 rupees, and in one day you cannot have more than 20,000 rupees. Now 20,000 rupees is also the limit for Paytm per month. If you have if your account is not KYC verified, then Paytm has only 20,000 limit. But if you get it KYC verified with your Aadhaar card or passport, then limit increases to 1 lakh rupees. Walnut. So Walnut, it is a personal finance app. It is a very popular app with more than 3.5 million downloads, and it recently had its Cashless India scorecard, where it judged the Indian states on the basis of the progress that they are making for making their respective states cashless. So the top 3 states are these. Number 1 is Gujarat, number 2 is Haryana, and number 3 is Telangana. So Gujarat had started the cashless system way before even demonetization, where in 2015, Akodra village in Sabarkantha was made the first cashless and digital village. And Haryana is also going great, and third is Telangana. These are the top 3 states with the highest growth in the going cashless in the country. So most probably Gujarat will be the first cashless state in India, if at all. Next is Freecharge. So Freecharge is a very popular app, and it was founded by 2 people, Kunal Shah and Sandeep Tandon. But later on, Freecharge was sold to company Snapdeal, who bought it for 2,800 crore rupees. And Snapdeal was founded by 2 people, Kunal Bahel and Rohit Bansal. So don't confuse it with Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal. They are founders of Flipkart. Kunal Bahel and Rohit Bansal, they are founders of Snapdeal, which bought Freecharge, and Freecharge was founded by Kunal Shah and Sandeep Tandon. Please note that now we are going towards a cashless India, or at least we plan to have cashless systems in place. So what will happen to temples where we give the donation in the form of cash? So even temples are accepting the donation in the form of cashless now. So Freecharge has collaborated with the famous Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, his tomb, his dargah in New Delhi, very near to the Nizamuddin railway station, and also one temple, which is the Vrindavan Chandrayodaya Mandir, which is in Vrindavan, Uttar Pradesh. It's a Krishna temple, famous temple. And both of these places, you can give the donation using Freecharge mobile platform. Now let's talk about Gujarat. Gujarat has done something extraordinary. That is, you know that under the public distribution system, we distribute the food grains to the marginalized, to the low socioeconomic status people. And this is under the National Food Security Act. So PDS is benefiting 81 crore people in India out of 125 crore. So it is very, very important for us. And in PDS, there was a lot of food wastage that used to happen, more than 40 to 50%. So now that food grains will go to the marginalized and the poor. So Gujarat is the first state in India where PDS has been, in PDS, it has been made cashless. So cashless distribution of food under public distribution system, which is a part of our National Food Security Act, which has 81 crore beneficiaries. Now almost all the states in India, they have accepted or applied National Food Security Act. So for doing that, Gujarat government has installed Aadhaar enabled payment system AEPS in more than 17,000 fair price shops, that is the ration shops, FPS. And please note that our Minister for Public Distribution, Food and Consumer Affairs is Ram Vilas Paswan of the Lok Janshakti Party, LJP of Bihar. Now, please note that let's say you are a poor guy and you want to avail the benefit of the PDS. So you will need Aadhaar card, and you need to carry your Aadhaar card and go to the shop where you can get the food. And without Aadhaar card, you will not be getting the food. And this will help in making sure that the subsidy or the facility food grains go to the right people. So it will help in preventing leakages also, and it will remove corruption also, because a lot of times it was seen in various schemes like Manrega, etc., that the benefit of the scheme actually goes in wrong hands and not in the hands of the deserved. Now let's talk about Reserve Bank of India. So we know that on 8th of November, Narendra Modi demonetized the notes, 500 and 1000 rupee note. And now what Reserve Bank of India did was that from 8th of November to 30th of December, you can go and you can get your notes exchanged in the banks. Now let's say if you are not able to do during this time, then if you are an Indian, last date is March 31, where you will need to give the reasons for not doing in that time frame. You will need to show all your documents, your everything, and you can get the notes exchanged from the 5 offices of RBI, like Nagpur, like Hyderabad, like Mumbai, etc., and you can exchange the notes. But if you are non-resident Indian, if you are an NRI, then you can do so till June 30th, 2017. So what is the deadline for exchange of notes? March 31 is for Indians and June 30th, 2017 is for NRIs. Please also note that you must exchange. It is not you should exchange, because what has happened is there has been passing of cessation of liabilities bill by the Ministry of Finance. So now the bank's liability is over and the onus on exchanging the notes is being put on you. So for example, if you have a 500 rupee note, now it is illegal. After 31st of December, if you carry a 500 or a 1000 rupee note, which the demonetized one, then you will be in trouble. It is illegal to possess the notes. You can burn it, you can bury it, but you cannot possess it. So it's better you go to the bank and you can benefit from the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. There are various provisions where you can exchange your money. And please note that although the NRI citizen can exchange the notes till June 30th, the maximum amount that they can exchange is 25,000 per person. This is as per the FEMA regulation, that is the Foreign Exchange Management Act. They have to comply to the FEMA regulations. Rupees 25,000 per person. And how will an NRI exchange? Let's say I am in America, I come back to India today on 20th of February, I have 17,000 rupees cash. So I will give this cash in the form of 500 and 1000 rupee notes, the old notes, and the amount will not be given to me directly, but it will be credited to my Aadhaar linked account, that is my KYC compliant account, bank account. So that is how the money will be credited to my account. It has to be KYC or know your customer compliant using my Aadhaar card or any other means like passport. Now our Ministry of Finance, it has granted the approval to 12 proposals of the public sector bank to raise almost 3,000 crore rupees. If you want to know the exact amount, it is 2,914 crore rupees. And there is a permission given to raise rupees 200 crore by United Bank of India through the QIP mode. What is QIP? QIP means Qualified Institutional Placement. These full forms, these abbreviations which are there in the newspaper, these acronyms, they are asked in exam. So QIP means Qualified Institutional Placement, and for enabling QIP, a company has to be listed, number one, and it can issue share or debenture. Now debenture in India means the same as bonds, and share is your stock or equity, and debenture are your debt instruments. Please note that the central government infused a capital of 25,000 crore rupees in the financial year 2015-16, that is from 1st April 2015 to 31st March 2016. Rupees 25,000 crore was infused into our banks to give them a new lease of life. Now let's talk about financial inclusion and some government schemes from which the questions are very frequent. This is a part of financial awareness and not banking awareness. So first is, what is financial inclusion? So financial inclusion, there is no set or defined term. Every person in the country should have a bank account. Every person should be in the mainstream with respect to the economy. Every person should contribute. Most of the people, they should be tax paying. So there are a lot of, it is like a vision document, so to say. So to enable financial inclusion, 26 crore Jan Dhan accounts have been opened so far. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana was started from 15th of August 2014, and Narendra Modi ji had announced it from the Red Fort. And to open a Jan Dhan account, your age should be more than 10 years. Now, out of 26 crore account, 16 crore accounts are in the rural area. This is very important. And 10 crore accounts are in the urban area. And what has happened is, Narendra Modi said that even if you have 0 rupees, you don't have any money, you can still open the account. Okay? You can still open the account even if you don't have any money. And therefore, people really took to it. And you can see that in 26 crore accounts which have been opened so far, people have deposited 71,000 crore rupees. So people have really deposited money in Jan Dhan accounts. And almost 20 crore RuPay debit cards have been opened, have been issued under the Jan Dhan Yojana. Now, Aadhaar linked accounts, out of 26 crore, it is 14 crore so far, but the remaining is also will be Aadhaar linked very soon. Not just the bank account, but also the mobile number need to be linked to the Aadhaar card. This is a latest issuance by the court. And Bank Mitra are the volunteers who are spreading awareness about the Jan Dhan in the sub-service area like the rural area, and their total number is more than 1,25,000. So Jan Dhan can be said to be really beneficial, and nobody can say that this scheme is not a success. Now let's talk about Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. See, I am giving you the latest analysis, that is till 31st of December 2016. And it will really help you not just in your exam, but it will also help you in your essay writing in RBI grade B, social issues, financial issues, and also in your interviews. So make sure you do this video nicely. And as I said, this is only the part 1 of the video. After that, I will make part 2 and 3 also of the last 45 days of banking awareness, because I have covered almost everything. So, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, so far 3 crore people have availed this scheme, and I will tell you more about it. And there is another scheme called Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Bima means insurance. 9.88, almost 10 crore people have availed these two schemes also. These both are social security schemes which were launched by Narendra Modi ji in his speech in West Bengal. So these are social security schemes, and this data is as per the budget end of year 2016. It was announced in the budget. 3.08 crore people are availing the Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, whereas almost 10 crore people are availing the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Now first let me tell you the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, PMJJBY. What is Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana? This is only for life insurance. If you die, you will get 2 lakh rupees, but you have to pay just 330 rupees per year. That is the premium. Now this scheme has been a huge success, and I'll tell you why. So first let me tell you the technical details about this scheme. So if you are between age group of 18 and 50 year, this age limit you have to remember, because in Atal Pension Yojana it is 18 to 40, in Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana it is 18 to 50. So these questions are asked as MCQ. So Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, if your age is between 18 to 50, you can pay 330 rupees only per annum before 31st of May. So it is renewable every year. From January to 31st of May, you can pay 330 rupees, and if you do that, then you are availing this Yojana. And if you die, then your family will get 2 lakh rupees. This is the life cover in case of a death of the person because of any reason. Okay. Now, how will you pay this 330 rupees? Will you pay it in cash? No. You will pay it through your Aadhaar linked bank account, that is your KYC account. And this money will be automatically deducted from your account. That is, it will be auto debited in one installment only. You can't pay it in installment, you have to pay it in one go. Now, how many people are availing this? 3 crore people. So I'll tell you how the government has profited. Now you will say that, let's say somebody is paying 330 rupees, and if that person dies, government will pay 2 lakh rupees. So the multiplier effect is a lot. Government will pay many times more, but not every person dies. So for example, out of the 3 crore people, only 51,000 people have claimed the insurance of 2 lakh rupees. So there is a huge profit for the government in this. That is the social security scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. Now a very similar scheme, this is not for death, this is for accidental coverage. That is, if there is morbidity and not mortality. So Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, again a social security scheme. What is a social security scheme? Triple S. It means that if you are a poor guy and something happens to you, you should feel secured for your family. So your out-of-pocket expense has to be minimum, and you should feel secured. So this scheme is for people between the age group of 18 and 70. How much amount you have to pay? Only 12 rupees per annum. Again, it has to be auto debited from your bank account, which is again Aadhaar linked or any KYC enabled account. 12 rupees will be cut from your account every year. Okay. Again, before 31st of May. So therefore the coverage period will start from 1st of June to next year's 31st of May. Okay. And how much amount will you get? Again, 2 lakh rupees in case of accidental death and full disability. So it includes accidental death and full disability, and rupees 1 lakh for partial disability. Okay. So full disability may include like all the limbs are paralyzed or something like that. And partial disability, I mean, these are well defined in the system. So please note that so far, how many people have availed this? Almost 10 crore people have availed Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. And anything else that you need to know? Yeah, only 10,000 claims. So again, you can calculate and see how much the government has profited. So this scheme can also be called to be as a success. And who is providing these schemes, these two schemes, like Pradhan Mantri, this one, Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, and these are provided by the insurance companies, because Bima means insurance. So LIC and other public sector companies provided, other companies can also provide, not just LIC, but they have to apply they have to follow the same terms and conditions as laid down for any company. Now let's talk about a very, very important scheme, Atal Pension Yojana. Atal, its name was kept after Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who was the former Prime Minister and Bharat Ratna. So Atal Pension Yojana is again, it is a pension scheme, but it is administered by the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, which is called PFRDA. Now what is Atal Pension Yojana? First, let me tell you, it is between age 18 to 40. Okay. Now let's say you are a 37-year-old person. So if you are a 37-year-old person, you want to get pension after you are 60. See, in any pension scheme, you will get the benefit only after you turn 60-year-old. So what is the minimum lock-in period? If they ask in exam, what is the minimum lock-in period for APY? So from 18 to 40, so let's say even if you avail the scheme at 40 years, you can only get it after 60. So the minimum lock-in period is 20 years. 20 years your amount will be locked in, provided you do not die. Now there have been some modification also which have been done, that I'll tell you. Now, what is the benefit of Atal Pension Yojana compared to the other pension schemes? Main benefit is that you can get 1000 rupee per month to 5000 rupee per month pension, whichever you subscribe, whichever plan you subscribe to, and 50% amount will be contributed by the government, 50% by you. So you will be gaining 50% amount and you will be getting pension also. Now please note that the government will be contributing 50% only till rupees 1000. Rupees 1000 is the maximum amount that the government will contribute per annum. And also for the government to contribute, two conditions are there. One, you need to be not an income taxpayer, that is your income has to be less than 2.5 lakh rupees. And second, you should not have applied to any other social security scheme. These are the two conditions. Now I'll tell you some more details about Atal Pension Yojana. So far, 38 lakh people have availed Atal Pension Yojana. Okay, and the total amount which they have deposited is rupees 1344 crore rupees. And what happened was, let's say you are 47 years old. Okay, now the money that you can deposit is only till 40 and the money that you will get is 60. You are 47-year-old and you die. Okay, so what will happen to the amount? You have not turned 60 so that you can get pension. This amount will be given as a lump sum to your spouse, okay, or to the person you have nominated. Now another thing, to make this Yojana more attractive, what they did was, let's say you die at 47, so your spouse can avail this Yojana. That is, she can continue to deposit the amount, contribute to the account, and after 60 she can get the pension instead of you. So that was done to that was done in case the beneficiary, he dies before 60 years of age. His or her spouse can get the benefit. Now let's talk about Stand Up India. Very, very important. So what is Stand Up India? Startup India, Stand Up India. See, Stand Up India scheme is that if you are an entrepreneur, that is, you have opened your new business. Any person who opens a new business is called an entrepreneur. So if you started your entrepreneurial venture, you would require capital for your business. Okay, so if you need capital of up to 10 lakh rupees, then there is Mudra Yojana. Okay, I repeat, if you want amount up to 10 lakh rupees, there is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. You can get it from the Mudra Bank, which is operated by the Small Industrial Development Bank of India, or SIDBI. But if you want amount more than 10 lakh rupees, then you can avail it through Stand Up India scheme. But this is only provided to SCs, STs and women. Okay, amount range is from 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees. And this is for the greenfield enterprises set up by the SC, ST and women entrepreneurs. So till now, 15,000 entrepreneurs have benefited, more than 15,000, and among them 12,000 plus are women. So this scheme can also be called as to be successful. Now let's talk about Mudra Yojana. I told you, if you want the amount till 10 lakh rupees. So there are three categories in Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. One is called Shishu. Shishu can avail amount up to rupees 50,000. Then you have Kishore. Kishore can get the amount from 50,000 rupees to 5 lakh rupees. And there is Tarun. Tarun can get the amount from 5 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees. Remember these three, these are very, very important. And this money you can avail depending on the size of your business. Because Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is for micro, small and medium enterprises only. It is not for large scale industries. It is for micro, small and medium enterprises. So far, government has given a loan of 77,000, almost 78,000 crore rupees so far till December 9, 2016. And it has benefited almost more than 2 crore entrepreneurs, and among 2 crore entrepreneurs, 1.7 crore are women entrepreneurs. So again, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is also said to be successful. Now let's talk about the money that is not recovered. Let's say there is a bank, okay, it gives a loan. Now if for the first 30 days there is no activity on the loan, it is called a bad loan, okay, and if for the first 90 days there is no activity, it is called a non-performing asset. So I hope you know these technical terms. 30 days bad loan, 90 days non-performing asset. Now the non-performing asset has been increasing steadily for the last 2 years, and government and RBI, they have tried various schemes and acts also. So there is something known as SURF-IZ Act. Now a video describing SURF-IZ Act in detail will be uploaded tonight on our website for our pen drive users. But I'll tell you a little bit about SURF-IZ Act. So it was passed in 2002. The full form is the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002 during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, and this was for speedy resolution of the defaulted loans. So, and how can there be resolution of the bad loans or the defaulted loans? Through enforcement of security interest and recovery of debt laws and miscellaneous provisions amendment act. Now you should know 2 words also. First is RDDBD and FI Act, that is Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions Act. So SURF-IZ Act, the objective of SURF-IZ Act is to recover the non-performing assets, and that is the only main objective of the SURF-IZ Act. Now do check out that video which is there on the website. Next is, as I said, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. So this is for non-corporate small finance companies, small business segment, micro, small and medium enterprises, and Shishu 50,000, Kishore 50,000 to 5 lakh, and Tarun above 5 lakh till 10 lakh. So what is the maximum amount that you can get through Mudra Yojana? 10 lakh rupees. If you want more than 10 lakh, go for Stand Up India. Next, Stand Up India, I have already explained to you that it is for SC, ST and women entrepreneurs. Next is the Education Loan Scheme. So Education Loan Scheme was started for those who are at the bottom of the pyramid, and the government's aim is that you know about the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan also, that no deserving student should be denied an opportunity to study, and there should be no dearth, no scarcity of the loan for, or no scarcity of financial support to the student. That is the Education Loan Scheme. So the outstanding education loan portfolio of public sector banks has increased from 61,000 crore as on 31st March 2015, that is in the financial year 2014-15, to 65,000 crore in the year as on 31st of March, and 68,000 crore on 30th of September 2016. So you can see that the education loan, there has been a steady increase in the education loan that is offered. Okay, so this scheme, education loan scheme, was prepared by the Indian Banks Association in the year 2001, and it was circulated to banks, the loan, for implementation by Reserve Bank of India in April 2001. So keep that in mind. Now let's come to Vidya Lakshmi portal. Vidya means knowledge. So Vidya Lakshmi, Lakshmi means money. So money again for education. So it was launched on August 15, 2015. This I'm telling you some extra points which may be asked in the exam. Vidya Lakshmi, there's a website called vidyalakshmi.co.in, and again students can apply for education loan from various banks. So 27 public sector bank and 6 private sector bank and 2 cooperative banks have integrated themselves with the Vidya Lakshmi scheme. Now let's talk about agriculture credit. So every year in budget, government keeps a certain money which they will give for agriculture. So last year, that is financial year 2016, from 1st April 2015 to 31st March 2016, what was the target? 8,50,000 crore. This much was the agriculture credit, and they exceeded that. So there was 103% achievement. That is, even it surpassed the target. How much loan was actually given? 8,77,000 crore rupees. This year is not ended yet. The target is 9 lakh crore. That is from 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. But still it is good 45 days away now, or 40 days for 31st March 2017 to be reached. So the amount is 9 lakh crore. And what is the amount they have disbursed so far? 7,55,000 crore. So they still have to give out 1,45,000 crore to reach their target. So far 84% achievement has been there. These data and figures will help you in your written part. Now let's talk about the most important part, which is the capitalization of public sector banks. So you know that India is compliant to Basel III norms. What is Basel III norms? You have to follow the capital adequacy ratio. See, Basel III, don't get scared by the word Basel 1, 2, 3. This is basically to protect the banks against the risks. First came Basel 1, that came Basel 2, then came Basel 3. So Basel 3 had a capital adequacy ratio also, which the banks have to maintain, and risk assessment has to be done for that. Now, you know that most of the Indian banks, they are in heavy debt, so they will not be able to comply with the Basel 3, and the deadline for applying to Basel 3 is March 31st, 2019. That is financial year 2019. That is the deadline. So Indian government has to do everything everything possible in their ability for the banks to make them Basel 3 compliant. Basel is basically a place in Switzerland where the meeting was held. So now let me tell you, since the banks are in such a heavy debt, now of course after demonetization, banks are hyper capitalized, as was announced by our chief economic advisor Arvind Subramaniam in the economic survey. But banks still have a lot of liabilities, banks still have a lot of bad loans, so capital needs to be infused into the banks. So how much capital is needed to be infused into the banks in the next 4 years? Remember this amount, 1,80,000 crore rupees. I repeat, 1,80,000 crore rupees is the amount that is estimated by the Ministry of Finance that needs to be infused into the bank. And how much amount have they actually infused into the bank? 70,000 crore is the layout till the year 2019, that is financial year 2019, 31st March 2019, because that is the deadline of the Basel 3. So what they did was, in financial year 2016, they infused 25,000 crore complete. So there was 100% allotment. Now we are running towards the financial year 2017 and we are only 40 days away from the completion of financial year 2017. So 25,000 crore again is kept for this year. But out of 25,000 crore, so far only around 23,000 crore has been given to 13 government banks. So we still need to give out around 2,000 crore rupees more, infuse 2,000 crore rupees more capital. And next year, 10,000 crore is the target. And next year, that is the last year, financial year 2019, 10,000 crore. So total amount 70,000 crore. What was the estimated requirement? 1,80,000 crore. So we are short by 1,10,000 crore. But we cannot give so much because we are still a developing country. We cannot allot so much money out of our GDP. So 70,000 crore is the amount that the government agreed to infuse into the public sector banks in this way. 25 in first year, 25 and 10 and 10. Total 70,000. We have reached the target for last year. We are yet to reach the target of this year, but we are almost there. And for next 2 years, it is 10,000 crore each. Remember all these figures. These are very important, and I have simplified for you. Now, State Bank of India has got the approval. There was a committee, there was a meeting which was headed by a person no less than the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. He gave the approval that State Bank of India will merge with the 5 subsidiary banks. I have made a formula of myself. BJP party wears HMT watches. Okay, although HMT watches are redundant now, they are probably extinct, but BJP party people, they wear HMT watches. So BJP is what? It is Bikaner, Jaipur and Patiala, and HMT is Hyderabad, Mysore and Travancore. You are welcome to make your own formula. Please note that 5 banks will be merged with SBI. This is 100% sure now. Arundhati Bhattacharya even congratulated the Prime Minister for this, and she is looking forward to it. In fact, her tenure has been increased by 1 year just because she can oversee the merger. And Bharatiya Mahila Bank, which was previously supposed to be included in the SBI, merged in the SBI, it is not very clear what will happen. So far, permission has not been granted to Bharatiya Mahila Bank, but we'll see what happens in the coming days. Now let's talk about Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda has entered into a memorandum of understanding with a company called CNX Corporation. CNX Corporation, and this is basically to benefit the farmers who are under stress from their sale of their commodities. And this together, Bank of Baroda will provide loan. Bank of Baroda, you know, it is called India's international bank. See, you should know the slogan of the bank also. Which bank is called India's international bank? Okay, it is Bank of Baroda. So Bank of Baroda has entered into memorandum of understanding with CNX Corporation, and this is to provide loans or collateral management services to the farmers. And what is collateral? Collateral is when you take a loan, you mortgage your property and everything, so that if you are not able to pay the loan, then the banks can always auction your assets, that is called collateral. Whatever you keep in possession with the bank in return for the loan, that is called collateral. So collateral management service provided by Bank of Baroda and CNX together. Now, RBI, it has asked the banks to supply 40% of notes to the rural areas so that the scarcity of money can be made up for, and banks should advise the currency chest to step up the insurance of fresh notes because there was a shortage of notes. Now, of course, this is a news from the first week of January. Now the scarcity is not that much. So in rural areas, in the district central cooperative banks and commercial banks and white label ATM, that is the ATM by the non-banking financial companies, and post office in the rural area, on priority basis, 40% of notes have to be in rural area. This is a diktat given by the RBI to the banks. Now let's talk about HDFC. So it is a time of robots. So the work that is done by human beings, now it is being done by robots using what? Artificial intelligence, in short AI. Okay. So let me tell you something which will give you a warning. World Bank has said in its latest report that in India, 69% of the jobs are threatened because of robots, that is artificial intelligence or automation. And we are already seeing the signs of that. Even this year, the second largest IT company of India, Infosys, it let out 9,000 people. 9,000 people in Infosys lost their jobs. And we are talking about a company as big as Infosys. The companies on whom every person looks forward to, especially engineers. So you should try to make your career now in automation and artificial intelligence. That is, you can become experts in these and you will surely get a job. So HDFC, it has partnered with Nikki AI company, and together they have launched a robot. It is a chat bot. So it's a robot only. It is called OnChat. So it is like a Facebook Messenger. It will be available on Facebook Messenger, and it will give out the information. It will allow users to recharge, pay utility bills, and do various other stuff. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has partnered with State Bank of India. Very, very important. Coca-Cola has partnered with State Bank of India. And why? Again, for cashless transaction. Because State Bank of India also has its digital payment options like SBI Buddy. I hope you have tried SBI Buddy. There is an app which I use almost every day. It is called SBI Everywhere. Use this app. It's brilliant. SBI Everywhere. Then SBI Buddy. Then Buddy P2P and Buddy Merchant. There are two apps. One is for merchants. One is for general transaction, and there is called something SBI Pay. So these are the options in SBI, and SBI has partnered with Coca-Cola. So around 5,000 distributors of Coca-Cola, they will pay using the SBI apps. Now let's talk about something very important, which is the reinsurance business in India. So India earlier did not have the concept of reinsurance, but now a lot of foreign companies are coming in India. How many companies are being given permission to have reinsurance business in India? Previously, there was only one company in India called Reinsurance Group of America. But now 5 more companies are given license, okay, to open reinsurance business in India. So how many companies total? 6. And you should know the name of these 5 companies, okay? I generally do not tell you to mug up this information, but this one is necessary. So there is a company from Switzerland called Swiss Re. Re stands for reinsurance. Then from Germany, there are 2 companies. One is Munich Re and the other is Hanover Re. From France, there is Score, and from India, there is ITI Reinsurance, which is a part of Fortune Financial Services Group. So these are the 6 companies which are active in India. Now, I'm not saying that all of these companies have started functioning, but they have got the license. Total 6 companies have the license to have reinsurance business in India. Apart from that, you should know 3 more companies. So there is a company called Lloyd's. It is of London, UK. And the second is Berkshire Hathaway's General Reinsurance. Berkshire Hathaway, if you recall, is a company of Warren Buffett. Okay. So these are the companies which have got which are in the process and in advanced stages, but they have not got the license yet. They have completed the first stage of their application. But there is another company called Excel Reinsurance. It has got the in-principle approval. So license has been granted to 6 companies only. Previously, it had been granted to 1 company. Now 5 more companies, so total 6. And there are 3 companies which are in pipeline. Lloyd's of London, Berkshire Hathaway, again it is of America. It is owned by Warren Buffett, and Excel Reinsurance Company. Okay. And out of these companies, Munich has opened its first office in the financial capital of India, which is Mumbai. Now let's talk about Yes Bank. So Yes Bank has tied up with Bajaj Electricals for vendor financing using blockchain technology. So using blockchain technology, a lot of time is saved. There is 0 error. It is very transparent, and there is a reduction in cost around 70%. Okay, blockchain technology. So blockchain solution, it is a distributed database that maintains a continuously growing list of ordered records which are called blocks. I repeat, ordered records are called blocks and it is a database for the same, and therefore there is 70% reduction in the cost. So more and more banks are coming towards the blockchain technology now. And Yes Bank has tied up with which company? Bajaj Electricals. Now another thing, you know that if you pay for petrol, diesel, basically for fueling your cars with petrol and diesel, you will get 0.75%, provided you pay using cashless method. You can pay using digital method, you will get 0.75% discount. Now if you pay for your LPG cylinder, that is liquefied petroleum gas isobutane cylinder, you will get rupees 5 off, provided you pay online or using digital method, cashless. So this scheme has been extended to LPG cylinder also by all the fuel retailers which provide LPG like Indian Oil, BPCL, that is Bharat Petroleum, and Hindustan Petroleum. These three are the biggest companies in India which provide LPG gas cylinder. So you will get how much off? Rupees 5 if you pay cashless. And on petrol and diesel, 0.5% amount will be reimbursed. Now let's talk about KBL Suraksha. Karnataka Bank, I told you its managing director and CEO is P. Bhatt. It's headquartered at Mangaluru. So it has partnered with Universal Sompo General Insurance Company. And together they have launched a scheme called KBL Suraksha. KBL Suraksha is an insurance scheme. And what is this scheme? So if you have an account in Karnataka Bank, then and you are between 18 to 70 years of age, you have to pay a premium of 100 rupees only every year, and you will get 10 lakh rupees coverage, and you have to pay 50 rupees annually if you want to get 5 lakh rupees coverage. So this is like a social security benefit. It is called KBL Suraksha, Karnataka Bank Limited Suraksha. Now let's talk about SIDBI, Small Industrial Development Bank of India, Small Industries Development Bank of India, which is operating Mudra Bank, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. So it has tied up with the largest insurance company in India, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, for giving funds, for giving capital support to the entrepreneurial ventures, the new businesses. And you should know already that SIDBI, it handles various schemes. Like there is a India Aspiration Fund, which is at a corpus of 2000 crore. There is an Aspire Fund, which is at a corpus of 60 crore, and Fund of Funds for Startup, which is called FFS, 10,000 crore. So SIDBI is already doing a lot for startups. Now there is something known as Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC. And who are in FSDC? All the important people are there. Okay, basically it has all the heads of various financial institutions. So heads of all the financial sector regulators as its members. So it is one of the most important committee in India. Okay, it recently held its 16th meeting. It was chaired by the Union Cabinet Minister for Finance, Arun Jaitley ji, our finance minister, and it was its 16th meeting. So this was basically to decide in which direction our economy is going, how to overcome the challenges that lie before us, etc. Who all participated in this meeting? Who are the member? So these are the important people that you should know directly. Okay. So Arvind Subramaniam, Chief Economic Advisor, and he said that after the meeting was over, he said that Indian economy is a bright spot among the world because most of the countries are struggling right now when it comes to economic growth, but countries like India, etc., they are doing very well. So India is a bright spot. That were his exact words. And they also tried to resolve the issue of non-performing assets, which has been plaguing our banks for the past 3 or 4 years. So Chief Economic Advisor is Arvind Subramaniam, who is a part of Financial Stability and Development Council. RBI Governor Urjit Patel. Our Finance Secretary Ashok Lavasa, very important guy. Economic Affairs Secretary Shakti Kandas. Financial Affairs Secretary Anjali Chip Duggal. Revenue Secretary Hasmukh Adhiya. Disinvestment Secretary Neeraj Kumar Gupta. SEBI Chairman, Securities and Exchange Board of India, which is a market regulator, its Chairman UK Sinha. Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, IRDI Chairman TS Vijayan, and PFRDA Chairman Hemant Contractor. So I told you PFRDA, very, very important. PFRDA, which takes care of our pension framework. Its chairman is Hemant Contractor. These are all our very, very important people who are the heads of various financial regulatory institutions. And they all form the Financial Stability and Development Council. Now, India's automobile company, it's an online automobile transactional marketplace called Droom. Do check out this website, Droom. it has partnered with Axis Bank, and this is basically to provide loans for sale of vehicles. If you want to buy a vehicle online, you can avail easy loans from Axis Bank. And our GDP growth, as per our Ministry of Finance, official government projection, that is Central Statistical Office. So our country's GDP growth is estimated to be 7.1% when financial year 2017, which is about to end in 40 days, that is from 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017, our GDP growth will be 7.1%. Now last year, that is in financial year 2016, it was 7.6%. This is due to decrease in the manufacturing activity, mining and construction sector. Remember these three sectors: manufacturing, mining and construction. These three sectors have suffered the most because of demonetization. And the good thing is that agriculture, forestry and fishing, last year it showed 1.2% expansion, and now it will increase from 1.2% to 4.1%. So there will be an increase of I think 2.9%. So that is very, very important. So this was part 1 only. As I said, part 2 is coming after 3 hours and part 3 is coming after 6 hours from now. So thank you very much for watching, and please share the video. Lot of hard work has been put in this video. I have worked maybe 7 or 8 days to compile all the data and to study all the data. So do support me by sharing the video. Thank you very much.